Morning folks, it's the 15th of February at Ladyfield farm in the Highlands of Scotland. Today I've got a problem with one of my chainsaws. This is a Husqvarna 372. It's a fantastic saw, so much power, it stops for nothing. I've been using it an awful lot over the last couple of weeks, getting logs cut for next year for the wood burner. And yesterday I noticed that there was no oil getting through to the chain. So, not that I'm an expert, but that leads me to believe there's one of two problems. Either there's no oil coming up, being pumped up from the oil reservoir. There's plenty of oil in the reservoir. So it's either that it's not getting up there, or that once it is getting up to the chain, for some reason it's not getting through the bar and into the chain. So I'm just going to take it apart and see which of those problems it might be. It might be one or the other, or it could even be both. So we'll see. If you can see there, that's that little point there, that's the brass tube that comes up from the oil reserve and just pushes oil into that slot, which is where it gets picked up by the bar. Now I'm going to run the saw without the bar and chain on and just see whether there's any oil coming out of there, because if it is, then that means everything inside is working fine. And my suspicion is that the problem is with the bar itself. But we need to check whether there's oil first. So I started the chainsaw with the bar off and there was no oil coming from this point. And I let it run for a while, still nothing. So what I did was I undid this screw a couple of turns. This one here. You can see that. And that's the oil adjustment. So that allows more or less oil to get through. So I opened that out a couple of turns, and within a few moments, hey presto, it started to spurt some oil out. So I think we're good. Here's the little hole that the chain oil goes into. This one here, and you can see absolutely full up with crud, sawdust. So that needs a good clean out. Just with a screwdriver, and then I'm going to give it a blast of air just to get everything else out. And something as simple as that could well solve the problem. And it's surprising how much crud you can get in the bar. Look at that. All that just out of one side of the bar. No wonder there's no oil getting through. Same the other side. Oh. It's a bit naughty, isn't it? So now I know that I've got oil coming from the reservoir up to the slot where it comes through to the bar. I know that the oil ways in the bar and around the chain slot are good. So it's just a matter of putting it all back together, and then I'll run it up against a clean piece of paper or cardboard and just check that there is oil spraying off the chain. Doesn't need to show a lot, but as long as there's some there, and we'll see if we've solved the problem. you go then, that's problem solved, and hopefully that's been helpful to someone. So happy days.